Hello, one and all. This is my reaction and content discussion of Dr. Stone New World Part 2, Episode 1. And last we left off, Senku found out that his father really is the world's greatest father, as he spent literally decades of his life just combing through the river day in and day out, looking for the tiniest specks of gold and platinum, so that whoever came in the future, especially Senku, could find them and fix all of humanity, bring back the modern age. Huzzah! But let's get started in 3, 2, 1. Oh, though before I do, I want to point out, I believe this episode will cover chapter 116, 117, and probably 118 as well, if you're curious and want to check out the manga, which I would highly recommend. Okay, just skip the opening, I'm not showing it here, but there was, I gotta say, a lot of things I would consider to be, very spoiler-ish, so that's a bit, concerning. Yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about that, but alright, let's move on and focus on the actual episode. Okay, time to make guns. Neat. Hey, they found Kaseki. Good for them. Oh, no. Nope. Oh, God, that was honestly incredibly heartless, just throwing this dude into the river, into the ocean, I mean. I mean, I get it, they're statues, they're basically dead bodies, but even then, you should treat the dead with at least a little bit of respect. This is just awful. Yes, thankfully they don't have to die for Ryu, because good old Ibarra knows that something's up, and he sees, Ryu's fancy clothes and figures, okay, this dude is probably in charge. So we can use him to look for intruders, invaders. Okay, this dude's voice is just so freaking unsettling. I mean, I know we heard it back in, part 1, but still, I honestly forgot just how creepy he freaking sounds. Especially since he calls himself Uncle. That is very, very unsettling. Jesus Christ. God, this man's face is terrifying. I mean, yeah, even if you aren't friends with him, desecrating a human body is still gonna be, just a little bit unpleasant. Yeah, honestly, I wouldn't mind Kohaku just going in and straight up murdering everybody here. They definitely deserve it. Yeah, Senku's orders are kind of insane, but also brilliant, and Kohaku is definitely the kind of person that could actually make them work. Wow, okay, just straight up cut off his head. Freaking fantastic. Oh, I love how smooth the movements are. Also, that is very interesting. In the manga, she just kind of completely and utterly destroyed him. But here it's made very clear that she is breaking him as cleanly as possible to ensure that he can get put back together, without too much of a hassle. God, she is brutal. Jesus Christ. Oh, I love this girl. I absolutely love this girl. Yeah, seriously, even these dudes who are, experts at destroying bodies are a little bit terrified by this girl and what she's doing. And for those who are actually in the know, this is the most terrifying thing they have ever seen. All while looking just God above that face. Again, directly from the manga, and just so much more terrifying when animated. Oh God. Oh, poor Suka. I mean, seriously, that must be the most traumatizing thing in the world for her. Also, yeah, these mice are way stronger than I expected. If they're able to move, still at a relatively decent speed while carrying, what would that be, like 10, 20 pounds of stone? That's also incredibly terrifying. Yep, somehow Senku is actually more terrifying than the villain of this arc, which is, in and of itself, freaking terrifying. I mean, I don't even think Ibarra would think to break up his ally into pieces just to fix him down the road. Oh, that is so absolutely messed up, and I freaking love it. I mean, I know you girls don't actually know what robots are, but I think it should be very clear these things are not mice. They do not have legs. They are, literally driving on wheels. Oh, it's fantastic. Okay, I love her impersonation of him. This is also in the manga, but still, you didn't actually get her voice saying it. And of course she's right. She's absolutely right. This is exactly what he said, more or less. Yeah, Jinro knows that's exactly what he says. Oh. This right here, my favorite moment, almost in this entire arc, Suka being so grateful for Ryu saving her that she actually makes him a paper captain's hat. Utterly impractical, but so absolutely freaking precious, and I love it. Oh god, and she's actually crying. Oh my god, is that... okay, that is actually in the manga. It's much harder to see, but she was crying a little bit. Oh, I love this girl so much. Aw, and he gave her a lift so she could put it on his head. Oh, that's just so freaking precious. Oh, I love that globe right there. Yeah, this, for the record, is real unpetrification. This is how the process is supposed to go, but unfortunately for everyone so far in this series, they've been petrified for several thousand years, and there is a lot of wear and tear on their bodies. I mean, seriously, this reminds me so much of Attack on Titan with the transformations. God, it is so well animated, and I freaking love it. You can actually see his freaking bones under his skin. Oh, so cool. And yes, no more crack scars on his hands because, the petrification and unpetrification healed all of it. Huzzah! Though, honestly, I definitely preferred him with the crack scars. I thought they really added something to him, Oh, I love that attitude. Ha ha! Finger snap. Oh, Ryu is really one of the best characters in this series. Yep, that is exactly what Kohaku thought he would say. And she is so freaking happy. Oh, I love their bond. I absolutely love their bond. Yes, you are the first. I do love the self-doubt. I love how he was just fully confident, like, yes, I was obviously the first. And I was like, wait a minute. Was I actually the first? I hope I was. Oh, I love this. I absolutely love this. I mean, let's not forget that Suka was literally a stowaway. She snuck aboard the ship, and Ryu was planning on just sticking her in a barrel for basically the entire journey. But he saved her above anyone else, and she's, more than paid him back. She managed to revive him. She is the reason why they are here right now. So she definitely deserves some head pats. And I love it. Yes, she is a warrior of the kingdom of science. Good for her. Oh, that laugh. So precious. Yep. Seriously, Ryu is on the ball always. He just takes a quick glance around. He's like, alright, I know what we're doing. We need Katsuki. We're going to try and get the petrification device while it's in midair. I mean, that's what I would do, so obviously that's what you're doing. Right, Senku? Right. Though his predictions were just a bit wrong. He thought to himself, okay, we are currently in the era where we can probably make a kite. That's what you're planning, right, Senku? Nope, I'm making a full freaking drone that you are going to pilot. Yeah, nobody, not even Ryu, can actually predict what Senku's gonna do next. Even with his, insane instincts. Yes, that is the look of someone who has experienced Senku's insanity firsthand. Huzzah! Maybe you should have thought to wear a swimsuit or some kind of underwear when you're diving into the ocean, especially when there is a child with you. Just a thought. Yeah, also Senku, not a good swimmer. That was Senku's father who wasn't a good swimmer, but I can't imagine Senku was all that much better than he was. And seriously, get some freaking underwear, swimsuit, something. Also, it's kind of surprising that Soyuz and Ryu can hold their breath for the same amount of time. I mean, I feel like Ryu must have been, like an Olympic-level diver back in modern Japan, and I guess Soyuz did grow up in, like, a fishing village, but still, I still think that, Ryu would have the advantage here. Oh, actually, that is right. They do actually have swimsuits. I forgot about that. They made them while they were making the ship. Oh, wonderful. Yeah, the whole Kingdom of Science is really built on the idea of recycling. Taking what you can't use and taking what you've already built, taking what you can't use, and using it to make something useful for the current situation. Of course, this will utterly and completely break Kasuki's heart when he wakes up, but still, it is a worthy sacrifice, at least for now. Yeah, this really doesn't look like it should work. I mean, I know, this entire series is kind of based on the idea that everything they do is technically possible, even if there should be a whole lot of issues with the process, but this seems just so poorly done, poorly designed, that it shouldn't work at all. This thing should absolutely freaking explode. And also just really goes to show how skilled Kasuki is when he can make things, with the same tools Senku has that are so much better, so much more effective, and just look so much nicer and more professional. Did you just say it blew up a month later? Okay, yeah, that's interesting, because in the manga, he very clearly said it all leaked out a month later. And yet here they're saying it all blew, and yet here he's saying it blew up a month later, which feels, like a very big difference. Yes, thankfully this is easy enough that even Suka can do it. At least, for now. But as they keep pumping more and more air into the tank, eventually this is gonna get, harder and harder and harder. I mean, they've got some strong people here, but even that probably won't be enough to make this easy. Okay, I understand, the basic mechanics here. Lever, the more force you put at the other end of it, the more force is applied to it, but this really is stretching the limits of what should be physically possible here. I mean, for one thing, this pipe, I'm not sure what it's made of, it should absolutely bend or snap with three people, three people basically laying on it. Also, they are still only halfway there. They need to hit 100 ATM for this to actually work, so yeah, I don't really know where they went from here. It's kind of insane. Oh, she is so precious. I really do love when she can contribute to these kinds of projects. I mean, yes, it is a small thing, but if she wasn't doing this, it would explode. Or at the very least, one of their stronger people would need to be doing this, and that's, less weight on the other end of the lever. Yeah, that pipe should have absolutely freaking snapped. Love it. Yeah, also, it exploded when Suka was, literally right on top of it, pouring water into it, pouring water on it, so that feels like a really, really bad idea to put her so close to something that could actually freaking explode. Very dangerous, very, very dangerous. And yes, now they finally have underwear. Huzzah! I really do feel like they should have explained the, amount of time they could spend underwater before they actually went underwater. That feels like a pretty important conversation, just saying. Oh god, I really do love Soyuz's memory. I mean, I know basically every character in this series is a superhero in their own way, but Soyuz's memory is so freaking useful, and I absolutely adore it. Seriously, this man actually took off his oxygen mask just so he could laugh while underwater. That is so absolutely absurd, and I love it. Did you really need to write that down, Senku? I feel like you could have just, remembered what the 1, 2, or 3 jellyfish system meant. Though I do absolutely love it as a means of, letting Senku know what's going on. That's really cool. That's really well done. Yeah, unfortunately, Katsuki is really buried pretty deep in the sand, and you're not getting him out without, some superhuman strength. If only there was somebody nearby who had, superhuman strength. This really is one of my favorite shots in the entire manga. It is so freaking epic, seriously. Oh, that was amazing. Also, you are seriously wasting some oxygen when Taiju, still doesn't have a freaking arm. That's kind of important. Again, Soyuz's memory is freaking insane. He knew the exact angle Taiju was at when he was petrified and found the arm at that same angle. That is freaking insane. I mean, I know this is epic, but seriously, poor freaking Taiju. After being petrified, he wakes up to find himself 20 meters underwater and about to freaking die. If he was anyone else, this would be the scariest moment of his entire life. Instead, he still hasn't freaking noticed it. Oh, I love this man. Yeah, he just absorbed all the oxygen from underwater like freaking Kirby. Oh, that is so utterly insane, and I absolutely loved it. Yeah, Taiju, that's all he needs. Just the air he sucked out from underwater. He's fine. Now he can go lift a giant 200-pound statue and carry it back to the surface, because of course he can. Oh yeah, also now everyone is psychic and they can read each other's mind. Also, I don't really know if you can smile like that while underwater without, drowning. Little unclear, but I don't think that would be a pleasant experience. Also, yeah, now they're psychic and they can communicate just by looking at each other intensely. The series is so utterly insane, I love it. I mean, if you're close to the time limit, I feel like you're already past the time limit, considering the fact that Ryu wasted so much oxygen, reviving Taiju, and then doing all that other stuff. Oh yeah, yo, you bug oaf. Of course, Senku would say hi to Katsuki first before he said hi to his best friend in the whole wide world, because Senku is a tsundere, 100%. Yes, they have gotten Katsuki, they've gotten his legs, they've gotten his arm, and they've gotten Taiju. Huzzah! Now it's time to build a drone and take on Ibarra and the whole, Treasure Island crew. Neat! Ooh. I'm really liking this hand painting on the end credit scene. That's very nice. Aw, we got Suka, Chalk, I forget the name of the pig. I forget the name of Suka's little sister, but still, very adorable. Aww. Oh, what a cute pig. Oh god, Amira, that's her name. She gave Kohaku a shell necklace. Oh my freaking god, that is... Oh my god. I mean, let's not forget that, Tsukasa lost his faith in humanity after a dude beat him half to death for trying to, take some shells to make a necklace for his sister. So, yeah, that's perfect. That is so absolutely perfect right there. Yep, absolutely no idea what that was or how it worked, but I do absolutely love how they announce the titles of the next episodes. That's so cool. One of my favorite things about the anime. But, alright, so yeah, that's the end of it. But please, let me think down below. What'd you think of them reviving Taiju and Katsuki? What'd you think of Kohaku beating Ryu literally into tiny pieces? And then shipping them over to Senku to put back together. Oh, I love it. And what do you think is coming next for our science team, for the Kingdom of Science? Let me know what you think of all this down below. And until next time, peace!